Hello out there, all you smart people. This is Chris from Black Land Ownership. I am on break from work right now. I'm about to go get a little snack and then go back there. But I want to check in. I have to get a better understanding of this. I'm back in DC. I have not lived here in I don't know how many years. When I lived in Brooklyn, it's live up there. As well as I've been in the woods. Like when me and Melissa got the place in Richfield, 8 to 9 months out of the year, I'm in a town with 2,500 people. When I'm traveling for work, I go to areas of the country to where it might be a town of 1,500 people. I tend not to travel to major cities anymore. I tend not to go to LA. I tend not to go to San Francisco. Not because of anything other than the disparity. I don't understand how in these major cities, there's so much wealth. There are people that have so much access. It looks like a ton of folks don't have to go to work and they hang out at a dog park all day. Yet there's such disparity between who has access to space, who has the money, who can afford to live, what recreational opportunities there are for different members of the community. And being back in DC, there are two issues that keep coming up that I don't really have to deal with when we are in Richfield. One is curfews. And there are all these teen curfews that take place in DC, where if you are under 18 and not out supervised or with a parent, you can actually get fined, arrested, and all these other things depending on what part of town. Now, they only implement these teen curfews in certain parts of town, which seem to really affect black people more than any other group. Well, a person could say, well, it's the black teens taking over. First off, why y'all even using that terminology? This teen takeover thing? Why don't we talk about corporate takeovers? Why don't we talk about white folks taking over? Why don't we talk about elitists taking over? Why don't we talk about people that move into neighborhoods and criminalize the people that are there? Why don't we talk about how DC let Navy Yard and all these areas fall into disrepair after black people rioted and fought back against the racism and segregation and separatism of the 60s and 70s? And the people who ran DC were like, we'll let y'all suffer. We will leave entire neighborhoods in disrepair, not give out loans. Banks put moratoriums on bank loans in black neighborhoods and in Northeast and in Southeast. So when you're like, why aren't there more black businesses in certain areas? Because the banks wouldn't give anybody any money. And then when the white folks start coming in from Texas, Maine, Utah, wherever, and wanted to quote unquote build up the city, well, the banks felt comfortable giving them loans. So that's one side of it. Even calling it a teen takeover to me is inherently guided in a direction and biased. But once we get past that, the idea of criminalizing kids, like it must be like all y'all hate children. What do you expect to happen if you give kids nothing to do and make everything wildly expensive so that their parents have to come out the butt to pay for everything so their parents are at work all the time? If we had a society that valued families, if we had a society that valued humans, if we had a society that valued community, especially amongst black people, teen takeovers wouldn't be a problem. You would have parents able to spend time with their kids because they aren't always out working. You'd have institutions and buildings and places of business that actually respected these young people instead of disrespecting them. I don't know why you expect any of these young kids to respect any of these major institutions. None of the major institutions respect any of these kids. Everyone acts like the kids are the biggest danger in the world. You know who I'm not afraid of? Teenagers in DC. You know who I am afraid of? These people in suits. Teenagers in DC. You know who I am afraid of? These people in suits. Is all these people who ain't from DC who have political say in what happens in DC. You know who I'm afraid of? The multi-billionaire tech people that make decisions outside of DC that affect the kids here. What I am afraid of is the fear that other people have of young black children. What I am afraid of is that people find it easier to criminalize and to punish black children than to rein in the misuse of funds and the misallocation of funds and to hold the government accountable. So what it looks like is y'all some suckers. Like, not you watching this. Like, you watching this, I rock with you. But if you're a person that would rather target the kids than target the institutions that have made it impossible for the kids to do anything or go anywhere, if you're afraid to take on the government, the federal government, and local government, and the people that have taken away after-school programs, are taking the music programs out of the school, are telling these kids that they have no future and that AI is taking all their jobs, if you're unwilling to take on those people, but you're willing to try to lock up teenagers for gathering, you a sucker to me. That means you're a coward. It means that you are going for the lowest hanging fruit, and it shows how little you have any care about, A, society, but also black people in general. And you could be black. There are black people that have been taught to hate black people. There are black adults who have been taught to hate young black people. There are teachers out here who, because their school is mismanaged and they deal with students that they find difficult, hate on all the rest of the black people. And I'm over it. If you are a grown-ass adult, stop blaming these children and stop blaming these young people for a broken society. They did not create the world they were born into. We did. It's our responsibility to create an environment that allows them to thrive, period. And the reason my mom said it was important for us to go into education as black people is because that if we as black people don't educate our youth and educate ourselves, no one will. They will let us die out here. And right now, not only are they letting us die out in the streets and not doing anything to actually change the economic scenarios, to change the structural scenarios that lead to this high school to prison pipeline, they're exacerbating it. They're advancing it. What is being done is making it so that the general public has no concern for these young black people. They're being animalized. They are being presented as if the young black people in this city are inherently criminal, or that their parents are faulty because they can't control them. Maybe we get out of a mind state of we got to control everybody and actually provide a world they would want to participate in. If you were a 12-year-old right now, what would you find interesting about DC? If you live in a household that has a median income of under $50,000, do any of the people talking this stuff and all the bougie ass people that live in Northwest saying we should just criminalize all these kids, do any of y'all know what it's like to try to raise 3 kids while you make $25,000 a year? So if not, support the family, okay? Putting young people in jail doesn't help society. Putting young people in the crosshairs of the police does not help society. And you won't be absolved by it. Like you thinking that society will work as long as we just lock up everyone that isn't benefiting from it, that's not how society works. So I got to get some food before my break's over. I'm going to holler at y'all. Stay focused. The kids are not the problem. Society is. Let's work on it. I don't know. People are going to say, what about responsibility? Kids are irresponsible. I know. Humans are irresponsible, and a bunch of grown-ass people running government and misallocating funds are being irresponsible. They should focus. See, the dude across the street is yelling louder than me. He's mad at the situation too. But stay focused. The kids are dealing with the world we left to them. Let's make it make sense. Holla.